am back. I am back. I am back. Trying to see if internet is working properly. What it is and what it ain't. Them are two different things. Alright, let me see. Trying to figure out, am I lagging or am I up the bar? So I don't know. Internet always acts funny. We always have to restart the router. It's just always something because we have so many devices hooked to it. I'm trying to figure out, do I have to do any of that stuff? Are we up and running? I hope we got it fixed before it's time to homeschool. Because I ain't got time for this. There's not anything I need to add on to my list of problems right now. But it seems as if that's what we're doing. Hey JC, how are you, hon? Trying to figure out, do I want to go shopping? I don't know. I'm trying to see what direction I should take my day into. I don't have like mandatory must. All my business is handled. Let me rephrase that. All of my business is handled. So, just trying to figure out what I should do, what I shouldn't do. Do I feel like going shopping? I really don't need nothing. You know what I mean? How's everything? It's everything. It's everything. We'll say it like that. It's doing everything it's supposed to do. I got put into a training class at my job because my goal and my manager's goal is for me to be store manager. So with that being said, she put me into this program that's going to basically be a benefit for me. It will help me rise through the ranks. So that's what I got going on now. So basically what is about to happen is it takes people years to get their own store. But I'm totally capable of running a whole store. And my strength and knowledge and experience speaks for itself. So, me coming in, when they hired me in, she hired me in with expectations because she knew what I was capable of. So, it was always known that I was meant to move through the ranks of the company. So even though I'm lacking some training in certain areas, whatever it is, we're still following suit. So basically what's going to happen is when I master how to do everything, which I will, instead of me waiting for years to have all the training, I'm going to have the training within the next year to qualify me to be that person. So is that understanding? Hey Bronx. Yeah, girl, they got me in this training program at work. So I'll be talking to buyers. Like it's extreme training. It's not nothing nobody should be in 2 months. So I will be talking to buyers. I will be talking to corporate. I will be learning much higher aspects. Things even beyond store management. Store management doesn't even deal directly one-on-one with buyers. So It's going to be pretty intense. I'm not ready for it. I feel a little awkward, but I'm ready for the challenge because ain't nothing to do but to do it, you know. I'm capable. I can do that. That ain't nothing. That's absolutely nothing. I'm skipping many steps and learning things I shouldn't, not that I should know them, but I'm learning things that I'm not in the place to know, but I'm knowing them. Hey, Kodak. So I guess you would consider it, my boss tells me constantly. See, this is where we run into the problem at. She says, I have plans for you. Okay, so if I'm the assistant manager and you have plans for me, well, it's obvious what the plans are. I mean, so my thing is, since we know what it is, I just wish a little bit more time could have been put into me. So what I've done, I've just kind of took it upon myself and forcing myself to learn their ways through trial and error. Doesn't know there's progression. I've seen progression in I still have a lot to learn, but I see progression in a lot of things. So yes, I did. I had to go get that red stuff took off. I was stressed out. I'm so busy now, so I don't really have time to go like I used to go, whatever it was. So I'm like, you know what? Oh, and let me tell you, I ate Chinese food, but I ate curry chicken Chinese food, like with the lo mein, living my best life. Hey, user. Yeah, so I'm kind of excited. It's a lot to take in. But now I can open and close confidently. I would have been able to do that in the first week. But like I said, my manager, see, this is what it is. She didn't want nobody else to train me. She didn't want nobody else to ruin me. She didn't want nobody else to show me what not to do. And that's what's been happening. When you have a good worker, you don't want them to learn. You want them to be the best they can be. So, yeah, it's ugly. So she kind of just had me doing the basics where I wasn't doing the hands-on because she wanted to teach me the hands-on herself. Hey, CJ. So I took it upon myself. I said, hey. So when she's there, like opening, closing, whatever it was, I go up there just to do the opening or the closing. I can run the staff. I can do this. I can do that. I can do all that. But when it comes to people's money, there's not one thing you can enter wrong into that computer. And I don't care how modernized it is. I don't care whatever it is. I have to have a certain performance. My boss cannot come in here and ask me, hey, where is this slip at? Where is this paper at? Where is this receipt at? I have to have everything and every explanation, and I better understand why it happened, and it better not happen. So yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. Thank you, my big hop. I can teach anybody to. I've had a lot of cashiers that couldn't count, and I've done some management work in restaurants, but I've done most of my management in retail. But I've always been able to teach them all how to count. A lot of them. I got a lot of people that I've trained that don't even speak English. So I can train. That's one thing I can do. I can train. That's what made me. I'm gonna tell you what made me get into management. For one, I'd like to be the boss. For two, I'd like to be. And when I say the boss, I use that term loosely. I am just meant to do something in life. And when I'm in management, I'm able to train a lot of these people. It's their first job, they're elderly, they have a past, they don't know how to work, whatever it is. It could be a young adult's first job. And it's my job to turn each Everybody has a backstory. So when you're in management, you have to take on everybody's situation. So if this person has a problem with daycare, this person's child gets home at a certain time. This is a single parent. This young adult's parents don't have a car. I mean, you have to factor all these things into everything. I mean, it's just you're in control of everything. So your mind has to be on 20,000 different things, and you better make sure them numbers and them papers are doing what they're supposed to do. And I mean, I don't know how else to say it. It's crazy work. But I don't mind, like I said, I don't mind teaching a young adult how to work. I don't mind showing somebody that's never worked. I'm not scared to hire somebody that's been in the streets. I'm not scared to hire somebody that's been in jail. I'm not scared to hire somebody that's homeless. I'm not scared to do none of them things. Because what I can do, I can make you a better worker than you were before you got to me. So that's only beneficial for you. That ain't beneficial for me. That's beneficial for you. Thank you, Big Hawk. I mean, because you never know whose niece I'm working with, whose grandson I'm working with. And now, meanwhile, here's something else. You got to remember I help in my community. So all this kind of ties in together to show you what type of person I genuinely am. So while I'm at work, your kids, your young adults, your whatever are telling me things that you might not even know. Meanwhile, not only am I running a company, running a store, I'm trying to help guide my someone in a lesser age group than me or someone even in the same age group as me. I'm trying to guide and teach whatever I can to make them be a better person. Hey, Gregory. I mean, these are not things I have to do. I've met a lot of different managers in my life. And what a manager is taught is do what you have to do to run your store. They understand they have to answer for everything. But when you find a manager that has that compassion, that that extra, that truly cares, they're far and few. It's just like a doctor or a lawyer. We're all trained to and paid to act like we care, but we really care about our infrastructure, our business. You're at the bottom of the totem pole, so when you find those ones that actually do care and give that compassion, them are the keepers. They're far and few. Am I a soft manager or a direct manager? I'm a direct, soft manager. I understand that I'm a very imperfect person. I understand even me being in management, I've always had situations that kind of control my all day, every day, regardless what type of job I'm working. So with that being, I'm understanding to that. I'll work around, I'll talk to you about it, I'll counsel you, I'll bend the schedule. I'll go beyond what I shouldn't do to help you. But when it comes to the actual work, you got to do that. You have to do it because I can't do my workload, your workload. The only time I will do your workload is if I'm hiring you on as a senior citizen or I'm working with you as a senior citizen or if I've hired somebody disabled in any form or fashion. Then I will hire you just because I have a heart and I want you to have compassion and I can teach you things. This will be fun. No, I don't think you're going to come in there and honestly, I'm going to be honest. No, I don't think you're going to hamper me more than benefit me. But I'll bring you in and I'll hire you and I'll do 90% of your work. I'll stop what I'm doing and do 90% of your work so you can get that paycheck every month. I mean, every week. Because I will one day be a senior. I'm over 50. You know what I'm saying? I was once young and had situations and kids and, I was just once. I'm an imperfect person. So yeah, that's how it works. I'm going to be putting up another Instagram soon. So it's quite exciting. I got a lot going on. I got another birthday coming up. So this is my thing. This is my goal. I ain't got a lot of work years left in me. Let's keep it real. So I don't have 10, 15, 20 years to play around with it. Sorry, guys. I have allergies. I need water. For those that don't know, I have allergies. That was a cough and a sneeze. So that being said, I should have came in here with something. Hold on. Let me get something to drink. Lord Jesus. Help me now. Help me now. I'm sorry, guys. I really do have allergies. Grand's getting a bottle of water. I should have got some Vicks. I can't even breathe. Do you see how congested I got just that quick? Let me go blow my nose. Give me 1 second. This is what allergies looks like, guys. Oh, hold on, guys. I'm coming. Sorry, guys. Had to get it together. My house still smells so freaking good right now. I didn't have water. That's a problem. Thanks for waiting, guys. I didn't have water. I tried myself. I knew better. But I was just so anxious to see did the internet work. I'm like, man, just heard me sit down. Plus, I was trying to rid up in here a little bit. Everything's blooming right now. And the flowers, I got the window open. So I got the window AC blowing. Because you know it's extra hot because I cut down the trees. I don't even know why the landlord was allowing me to do them things. I understand. Plus, you know, property maintenance, stuff like that. But it's really backfired on me with the allergies. I came home the other day, I'm like, oh my God, flowers are blooming. Like, I don't even, the yard ain't even pretty like it used to be. Because it was different when it was a family house and my children were up there. You know, that's when I really turned it into something beautiful. I turned something ugly into something beautiful. And it was a family project. And now my immediate family ain't up there no more. So it's not, you see what I'm saying? I'm responsible for all the yard work. Nobody cares. There's trash in the yard all the time. Whatever decor I have, you guys have destroyed it all. So I'm just kind of like, you lose interest. How are you feeling today, Miss Anna? But then see, and that's the thing. And I've done different type of AC units. But the thing is, I also have a dog in here I'm allergic to. So I have to have. You see what I'm saying? I have to have something sucking this air out. I have things in here I'm allergic to. So it's sucking this air out and blowing outside air back in. So it's kind of like, you see what I'm saying? Glad to hear that, Miss Anna. Yeah, it's not working for me at all. Having allergies, there's no lesser of two evils. There's never a right answer. Right answer. I love, and you know what? I'm getting ready to bring flowers inside the house. And I know it's going to be the worst decision I ever made, but I'm still doing it. I don't know. I'm not feeling too hot. I just had to throw on the headband so I could pretend I cared about myself a little bit because I was looking like trash. So, Miss Anna, the YouTube room is coming along. I had I had a little temporary TV that I took out of one of the game rooms. Broke it the other day. I have the worst luck in history, which is no biggie because we're getting ready to put a big TV in here anyways. But come on, we could have used that TV somewhere. I'm just like, what else could happen? Like, really? Because you know why? Because I'm doing so many things at once. And then I got my grown children coming in and out the house. Or say my niece will be running outside and I got to run out there. I got young nieces. So I'm never just know if I'm back here, I'm working on a project. So there's stuff all over the place. Anna, please come help me. I am stressed out. So let me show you the candle I'm burning, you guys. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm going to post a picture. I kicked this candle all over my foot. And, didn't burn that bad, but it wasn't pleasant. I got some of them under here. Let me show you the candles. People know I buy everything in duplicate, you guys. Do not judge me. And not because I have a problem, because I like what I like and I want to be able to use it. Here's a couple. So this is like York mint. They're actual candy. They smell like actual candy. Hershey's. That's what I'm burning right now. Who don't want their house smelling like that? I'm just, what? I found this. I didn't get to read it. $1.25. I used my father. I probably won't even open it. I could have bought more, but I already got like a comic book collection. I might start buying them when I go there because $1.25, you can't beat that. But my father used to buy me comic books all the time when I was little, all the time. My father was big on me reading. I love candles, but I don't trust myself. I just kicked the candle on the brand new rug. All over my shoe. My shoe. All over my foot. I'm going to post the picture. I was going to post it before. I don't even know. Maybe did I post it? Who knows? Oh, I'm clumsy. I'm the smartest, one of the smartest people you'll run into. But I am clumsy, child. It's not that I'm clumsy. I'm just doing a lot at once. Let's just be real. I miss burning my candles with all the oxygen. Yes. Yes. Oh, Miss Anna, that reminds me. I have a, well, I don't have a friend. That would, I don't know, I know her. But a friend that had oxygen on and that happened. Smoking a cigarette. Yeah, you can't, all them pleasures ain't even worth it. I shouldn't be, I shouldn't even be burning the candle. I might even, most likely, I'm probably allergic to what's in the candle. But you know, I'm such a hardhead. Thank you, Miss Anna, for the sweet message earlier. I got distracted. So nice of you. Much love to you also. Miss Anna is the man. I talk about Miss Anna on every single live. I do these lives just for Miss Anna, but I talk about her on every single live. I am so addicted to Miss Anna. Miss Anna is the apple of my eye. She is my everything. Do you hear me? You guys, Miss Anna is 86 years old. And Miss Anna is in the freaking chat. Yes, I love me some Miss Anna. I come live just to see Miss Anna. I love Miss Anna. You guys, Miss Anna is on hospice. But Miss Anna isn't going anywhere no time soon. But I do these lives specifically to make sure Miss Anna says hey. And when she doesn't say hey, just know, Anna, I'm thinking about you all day long. I promise you. I think about you more than you think I do. I think about you every single day, all day long. I go live about the stupidest things just to hear you say hey. You're my girl, Anna. I told you, ride it till the wheels fall off. Hey, I know Becky is going 22nd, right? On the 22nd. I know I'm right. I know I'm right, Anna. Tell me I'm right. So will you be going on the 21st? Are you still going to go, or are you going to rough it out with the Suns? You guys, let's give it up one time for the teapot. And listen, I'm still talking about this teapot. Listen, we don't judge. Is this teapot not cute, you guys? Is this whole set not cute? Just how are you going to tell me it's not cute? I'm obsessed with the teapot. I cannot say this enough. The other day, let me tell you what happened the other day. I was moving with the day the TV got broke. So let me tell you how this popped off. Actually, one of my apples are broken. It's like a lot going on. But me being the woman I am, see the little hole? I glued it together. I still got the glass. But I'm like, I ain't got to fix it. I got to fix. The hole ain't showing. But the other day, the TV stand, so this is how the TV got broke. Come on, allergies, not today. It seems like it's going down a little bit, but who knows? Maybe the wind just, the neighbors, they grow flowers, so just something traveled. But, what was I saying? So the TV stand is long, one that I'm getting rid of, but it's still in here. I had it standing up lengthwise, and I had the TV on the bed. It fell on the TV. I had this little table. I got this small for a reason because I didn't want, I'm trying to debulk. Somehow, it fell and hit this. The apples flew off. One broke. So that's why this is slid down here right now. Like, things happen. You'd be like, how'd that even happen? Center has gotten everything set up for me. And another hospice nurse will come there. I knew you were going to the son's house. You see, I said it. I knew you were going. I knew you were going to the son's house. You'll be well. She'll be right back. I can see you watching it fall slow motion when the TV fell. When I seen this fall, I thought all the apples broke, and they didn't, thank God. But when I seen one broke, and I seen this, I said, "What the?" I said, "Oh no, 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 no." So what I did, I started looking for other tea sets because I have a feeling that this one here is going to somehow end up hurt. So I better have a backup plan. Well, we say things are going to go one type of way, and then, it sounds good at the moment. We'll say that. I tell you what. And by the way, these gold things will not be on there. But what I'm doing, I'm trying to protect the table. Because what I seen the other day when the TV fell and hit it, it's like a whole little scrap. Yeah, yeah. So now I'm like, oh my God, put something on the table. Protect the table. You're a savage. You see, I didn't even have the candle on there. That's how I keep the candle over. It's like, whatever can go wrong, it will go wrong. And it does go wrong. I'm just like, put sheets over everything. That's why, I don't know. She's single, not ready to mingle. That's my freaking granny. Back off, mister. Yeah, you guys. You young men that are interested in granny, not young men, but you know what I'm saying? You men that are interested in granny. Granny got some grandchildren on here that love her, and they're like, no, you're not talking to our granny. No, sir. Here, I'll be on the country. Pray for me. I'm a city girl in the country. Oh, no, Anna. You'll enjoy it. It'll be nice. It'll be a nice change of scenery. You'll hear different sounds. You know what I mean? It'll be cool. It ain't permanent for you. No, ma'am. You ain't going for that. But you'll enjoy it. And I'll still be able to talk to you, right? So we'll be good. It'll be good. It'll be fast. Becky will be back before you know it. Hey, bless. Yeah, so I haven't figured out what I should have done. Let me tell you what I should have done, and I'm kind of upset with myself. So this was the plan for how I wanted this set up. I wanted the tea set in the middle. I wanted this on the outside. And I wanted another one of these on the other side of the tea set. So get it, apples, tea set, and maybe a fruit, another bowl of, don't even have to be apples, grapes. Apples, another thing of apples, that would be too much. But it's like a big bowl of grapes or something. I went back, I never seen this ever again. There was a couple of them left, there's no more of them left. So, and then this is like an off type gold. So yeah, that's one of those times where I always buy more of one of my favorite things. And this is the first, because now I have to pretty much scrap this or move, not scrap it, but like move it on another table. I need a pair of to complete the look I'm looking for. So it'll be the apples, the tea set, and then like a bowl of grapes. Bowl of peaches. You got to do it, Graham. Well, I'm definitely going to do a multiple of something because this has like since the apples are in different colors, so I could do like a peach and a grape, whatever it's going to be. It's going to be cute. Yeah, the only way you're going to be able to pull this off, I'm telling you. Let me show you so it'll make sense. Let me help you see the vision. It's all about the feng shui of it all. So, see how this will be in the middle, piece in the middle. You'll have your bowl of fruit over there, and then you need to have another bowl of fruit over here. So it's kind of like an even distribution of the same type of beauty, if you will. So take this away and imagine another bowl of fruit. Now that's just beautiful. You see what I'm saying? You can't complete this look other than with another bowl of fruit. There's just no way around it. Yeah, definitely that other bowl of fruit is what's gonna make it or break it. So today that might be my mission, to go find another bowl of fruit. I gotta quit looking at artwork. I got my one wall over here somewhat done. I still haven't even painted the walls. Let me show you guys, but I'm very content with the artwork. And no, that desk won't be there and all, none of that stuff, so ignore that. That fireplace ain't gonna be there. The walls will be repainted, all that. So I'm very content with that look. They need to be moved around a little bit better. You see, I broke that one. I'm upset with that. But I love that theme. This will be somewhere close. Then we're going to add some, that desk won't be there. The goal is to get a bigger fireplace under there, but for now I'm just going to use that one. So I'll get a tiger pillow, just some temporary decor. Not nothing, well, it's not going to be temporary, but something that I'm not going to spend thousands on. It doesn't make sense to spend thousands on those stupid things. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I got to get a plant. It's a couple. Right now, I'm down to the point. I'm still waiting for furniture to get delivered. So I also ordered a little side table for here. It's still stuff that has to be taken out of here, stuff that has to be delivered, stuff that has to be put together. Walls have to be painted. We need some more greenery. So we're getting there. But now it's just kind of the little things. It's not like, we got the bulk of the major done. So I'm not mad at it. So it's coming along. Oh my God, I didn't realize how blurry the picture was. So if you guys see, I'm going for more of a, I don't want to say sophisticated, because that's not the word. Why is it every time I go to say the word, I never know the word? This is part of being old. But anyways, it's two words, and I'm combining it. Whatever the two words are, that's the look I'm going for. Don't ask me the words, because I don't know right now. We listen, we don't judge. Yes, definitely need grapes. And with them kind of like hanging down out of the bowl in the right places, it's going to be beautiful, Anna. That's why I say now I got to go get two more of these. See, thing is, this just matched so perfect. It has like the little indentions, and this got the bubbles on it, and it's kind of the same color frame. Yeah, I didn't buy two, and now here we are. The one time I don't buy two of something. I did it with the strawberry shortcake bananas. pajamas, my clothes, my shoes, my underwear, the plants, the pictures. So yeah, I'm a little upset with myself. It does match so perfectly. I freaking love it, Graham. You knew when you first bought it, you needed to. I know, I'm slipping in my pimping. I went back the next day, seen it, didn't get it. Went back the third day, I'm like, oh, I'll get it the next day. Went back, it was gone. They were all gone. I am so in my feelings. It's kind of like you get what you get what you deserve. That's how that happened. I had my chance. I had my chance 3 days in a row. And one of those times I went to the same store twice. I be wanting to take you guys shopping with me, but I'm like the worst cameraman. And then they got music playing in the background, and I don't want to, that's a violation. It's too much. It's too much work, y'all. Hey, Lamont. What is what, Miss Anna? Tell me, what is what? Grand, they got the security cameras pointed and zoomed at you. Who's this crazy grand coming into our stores? Yes. They do think some of them think I'm stealing. But then once they follow me around, or once they see me so many times, they're like, hey. It is probably odd, but you got to think though from there. If I'm working in the store and I see you come in there, second time I'm kind of looking at you. The third or fourth time, but I buy stuff every time. This right here, my chapstick. I got one down here, but it melted in my pocket when I put it in the dryer. Keep me some chapstick. Chapstick, lighter. Guaranteed to have them. Yeah, so the only thing, I wish I could show you the other side of this table, but I can't. I'm too lazy. But it got a gold handle. It got gold legs. That's the only reason I got it. It's not this. Well, I didn't order this. I didn't order this. And I didn't order the other tables. But it has the gold legs and the gold knobs. Not the color, but, you know. But it's a very delicate table. And what I mean by that, not like it's weak or nothing like that, but it just scratches easily and stuff like that. And of the side tables, I don't even know where they're at. Last time I heard they were in customs. And I'm like, who knows? Who knows where they're at right now? Who even knows? When they were in customs, and this is the thing, it said local. My children have to investigate a little bit more. It said local warehouse, and on one of the things it said local mall. And when you see things like that, what do you think? Well, here to find out. No. You know, I told the children that I was only spending so much money on certain things. Because if I were to ever move, whatever it is, I'm getting side tables and stuff to fit in here. You know, they're not going to work anywhere else. So we're not going to spend all that money because that to me is a temporary piece of furniture. Because if I move anywhere else, I'm doing bigger side tables. But you know what I'm saying? I'm going a whole different look with the coffee table. You know, you just buy the things that fit the space you're living in, you know. No, no, no. They didn't get more expensive items, and I'm glad I did. I'm glad they didn't. But they didn't check where they were coming from. And like I said, just because it has the title local warehouse or local mall, that seller could be saying that for the people that are in their country. You see what I'm saying? That's a way when people see that you think you're gonna get this quick shipping, and then they'll say, "Yeah, shipping, blah 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 blah." Well, it really don't work like that sometimes. And this is one of those cases. It did not work like that. That's why a lot of the stuff I won't take back because it's not like it came from a store I can just drive down the road. Not everything came from overseas, but it came from somewhere, you know. It's too much. That's why I kind of given up a little bit, and I'm just kind of glad we're moving forward with whatever. As long as I have the artwork I want, I'm content. As long as I have the things I want on the stands, I'm content. So now what I'm basically doing, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for decor to put on the stands. And that ain't working out too well, but you know, I'm just like, I got more throw pillow covers coming in. I've been checking out more curtains. I found some that have way more of an elegant look. These are more bohemian. That ain't working for me. I need more of an elegant look. But those were supposed to be elegant. Those weren't even supposed to be what they were. So, you know, yeah, the job is doing good, Miss Anna. They got me in a training program because, you know, they want me to be the next store manager. So I'm getting trained for big dog things that, you know, are way above me. Oh, so this is what I was saying about my employment. Since I am over 50, I don't have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years to play around with my employment and all that. So whatever go, I got to get there now. I don't have years to play around, man. So I think as far as I'm willing to go without stressing myself out, is I'm willing to be a store manager, one with the capabilities of training, like how my manager is now. I want to be exactly what she is. I'm good with that. I don't need to go any further. But I want to be a training manager for other stores and training those that are going into corporate. That's what I want to do. That's at my closest grasp. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, you got to make it age appropriate and it got to make sense. Now, if I was in my 20s, 30s, 40s, you know what I'm saying, my answer would be a little bit different. But over 50, my answer is what it is. I ain't got forever to do this. Sometimes we got to use reality. We have to put reality into our decision making. Yeah, and I'm sorry, I don't want to go out a regular employee. I want to go out as high up in management. It's just a goal I have for myself. Because a lot of people don't realize, even though I've been in management for over 20 something years, going on 30 years, probably 30 years, yeah. I quit counting at one point. Why? See, it's the internet glitching. I hate that. But for me to be not work, I've managed stores, and I've even had to step down in management. And there's times where I was running stores off of 20, 23, 24 hours a week, and that's you can't even do that. So to just go back in full force, you know, and to be able to accomplish so much, something that took me a lifetime to do, but just be able to walk in and maneuver up without having my foot in the game that strong for quite some time, you know, says a lot about my ability in management. That's what Becky said, and she's 58 years old. Yeah, that's right. It's a true statement. Why is my screen real blurry? I can't take it, y'all. I'm stressed out. Yeah, so it's kind of like now or never. Are you gonna sink or swim? Are you content? This is my last run. So whatever I'm gonna do, I have to do it. I spend a lot of my, it just, at the end of the day, you just have to figure out how do you want to spend the rest of your life. And mine is, see, look at the internet. But mine is, I wanna be a strong player, and I wanna be in management, and that's my comfort zone, and that's just what I'm gonna do. You have to enjoy your job. When I go work any other job, my day drags on so long. I prefer retail management. But when I'm in management, my days fly by so freaking fast. Because that's something I like to do. I'm a girl. I like to shop. I'm a woman. Let me rephrase that. I like to shop. Oh, this internet ain't this. But women don't like to look at new things that are coming straight out of boxes. You're seeing things before anybody else. You're seeing different fashions, different this, different. What women don't like that? Home decor, and retail, depending on what type of store you work, but you sell a variety of things. So what women don't want to look at that all day, every day? And plus, I like the thought of, being in control of every aspect of the store. And it's not being in control, it's about getting it function like a fine, fine oiled wheel. I just like that. It just is what it is. It just makes me feel complete at the end of the day, and I love it. All right, I guess I'm getting ready to get off. The internet won't let me win. So when I go to homeschool, that's just letting me know that that's going to be a complete failure. So what I would probably do, I would probably wait till tonight. Well, first of all, I got to start with clearing the modem. I'm sorry, restarting the router, modem. Then I have to go unplug every last. Oh, it's a lot. I always wondered. I said, all this electrical stuff. There's no way this can be healthy. When you have to have that many, there's just no way you can tell me you're past. They can say that stuff ain't harmful, but I'm not gonna believe that for a moment. No, 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 no. Granny, if you heard, but I was watching this other channel today, and the guy, the 18-year-old. The only thing I got to say about the Marcus thing is, let me say this: I've gave Marcus the game, and not like in no bad way, like I'm teaching him how not to get caught. None of that. That definitely ain't what I'm saying. But I told Marcus, like I tell, just like I tell the people, if I'm mentoring a kid at my job or a young adult, there's rules in society. Not only are there rules in society, people pass judgment. So when you're doing A, B, C, and D, even if you're not doing something wrong, and you might mean it with the best intentions, somebody could perceive what you're doing is wrong. You know what I'm saying? Now you put yourself out here and you're doing A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, and it is kind of, you've allowed yourself to be in that position. You see what I'm saying? You chose to want those issues. Is that a fair way to put that? Because how many times did I say, hey, I mean, let's just keep it real. We can go back to any video. I drop gems. I mean, just don't do it. If you don't want nobody to do it in private. But when you're in front of people, that's just like, hey, if I come on here and say, that's like I've shared my story, okay? Everybody has a story. Everybody has a story. Whatever my story was, but somebody could come on one of my videos and say, hey, she might be doing that now, or look at what a bad person she was. Look how she's treated people. But the reason people would know any of that information about me is because I willingly shared it. Now, everybody's going to walk away with something different. Everybody's going to look at, some people might look at me as a pioneer woman who didn't want to use her body, who just made mistakes and was just trying to make the best out of life, because that's truly what it was. Some people are going to look at me like a savage. I had no home training, assuming I didn't have a father in the house. Think of the worst. Some people are going to say, hey, she doing it now. Some people just ain't going to understand. People are intrigued by things they've never done in their life. So that's why people, like I said, I can't, now how many times have I said this? I can't necessarily be mad at Marcus, because Marcus realized that people are willing to tune into those things. Do you see what I'm saying? Granny, all the time you were trying to warn him in so many words. I mean, one thing about me, I don't get, the world don't pay me enough to tell lies over 50. You see what I'm saying? What he's doing is no different than a lot of us done. He's just doing it in a different whatever. We've all finished. You see what I'm saying? But there's a lot of things out there that pretty much come with the same outcome. You see what I'm saying? The is what it is, and it works the way it works. That's it. You can sit here and try to perceive things, make it look like reality is reality. Right is right, wrong is wrong. Judgment will always be passed on you, even upon your best day. So, It's just one of those things, well, what the heck do you expect? I don't know if he's getting investigated. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. It's not my business. I can only talk about what he has shown the internet. I'm not calling nobody. I'm not doing none of that. You know how many times people come under my page and say, "Hey, he should be in jail and he should do this and or this person or that, just we should call their housing authority or we should call DCF." I myself don't get involved in that. Now, if you're doing a crime in front of my eyes, something like that, but all I see Marcus do is messy things that you shouldn't be doing. You are kind of, I think when this all started out, this wasn't meant to go in this direction. But sometimes, this is why I say it's about having self accountability and accepting the person you are. That is a man at the end of the day. And how many times have I said this? This is a man coming out of long-term relationship, long-term situations, long-term whatever. When you come out of something like that, you're like a dog that just got out of that's been in a cage. You're like a caged dog, so you're like with the ladies, with life, with whatever. You see what I'm saying? And that's fine and that's dandy. But some things in our life aren't meant to be told and meant to be shown just because of that. Like sometimes my story might not be meant to be told because somebody's perceiving it in the wrong way. But the reason I tell it because I know there's somebody on here that is a screw up. Is it this? Is it that? Feels like they can't change their life. I'm stuck here. This is me forever. And the point of this is no, you're not that person. You're you are more in control of your life than what you think you are. So if anybody knows anything about me and has gotten a perception of anything other than that, you truly don't know me and you don't know what I stand for and who I am as a person. I'm a success story. I could have been in heaven. I could have been in this. I could have been in that. I could have been living wrong. I could have been. There's no age limit on living wrong. You live wrong as long as you choose to live wrong. You see what I'm saying? I should have never been able to walk away. I should have been stuck and trapped like every other person that's in any other lifestyle that's stuck and trapped. But I'm not. I had the mentality of this isn't forever. I want better. This is just now. I can't find my way. But because I can't find my way, there are certain things as a woman I'm not willing to do. It doesn't make me more superior than the other woman, the next woman. It doesn't make me a better breed. It just means there's certain things I was not willing to do as a woman. It was a certain way I wanted to be seen to my peers, my children, my whatever. That's all it means. And I'm willing to share my story. That's all. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with, like West Indies. That doesn't make her a horrible person because she chooses to go through whatever she's going through. Life is ugly. Life is so ugly. I don't care how on top of your game you are. Just things you got going on in life, whatever it is, or maybe you might not mentally be ready, whatever it is. Life will suck you dry. Life will chew you up and spit you out like the piece of ish that you really are. Because in the grand scheme of how big the world is, if as one person, you really think you mean that much, the lies you tell yourself. That's like standing up and looking at the ants from far away. And how big the earth is and everything going on around it. You mean what? So sometimes we get so lost in thinking, we're these special. Okay, here's another thing. Like Marcus. He thinks he's this power player. He's God. He's this best person. I've said this 1,000 times. What it is, once again, here's a man that's touching a little bit of money. He's getting respect for whatever reason. Now, it doesn't mean the respect is for the right reason. That's why I share my story. Been there. I've been given a whole different type of respect that he hasn't even reached yet. Yes, we let these things go to our head. And then we convince ourselves we're these superheroes and we're this and we're that. And actually, we're whole pieces of shit and not even willing to understand it or admit it. Hmm. We've let our education, we've let our jobs, we've let our lifestyles, our cars, our houses, our belongings, our bank accounts make us feel as if we're better than everyone else. And the reality, the minute you think that, you're really part of the problem and you're the worst one out the whole bunch. Let's just hit that. Let's just hit that nail on the head. A lot of folks called up on Marcus about the 18-year-old and said Marcus was definitely inappropriate with this young girl. Let me say this. In all actuality, this 18-year-old girl is considered a grown woman. Okay? She's not technically legal, but legal to do certain things until 21. But when you're 18, you're able to do whatever you want with your body. You're whatever. You're able to do a lot of things. Marcus should have realized was, and why everybody kept telling him, you have daughters. Marcus is so convinced, and Marcus has good kids. And I'm not really, I don't question his parenting too much. We all are imperfect parents. I haven't seen anything out the way. He's like every other parent. Sometimes we talk too much in front of our child. We don't allow our children to be children because we think we raised them a certain way. Whatever it is, they'll never do this, they'll never do that. Well, everybody's children are imperfect. A lot of them are going to have XES out of wedlock. A lot of them are going to have boyfriends or girlfriends that ain't right. Not everybody's going to grow up and be the president. It just is what it is. And it's okay because we're all meant to be different people. But the thing is, he should have known being a grown man. You can't mentor and be a weirdo at the same time. There was one point where he was riding in the car. This is after they did the spicy content, where he's giving her fatherly advice. That's too late, sir. You've crossed that boundary. You no longer have the authority. Now it's borderline weird. You no longer have the authority to give that advice because you've seen her from inside and out. And how we know you've seen her from inside and out is because you've posted the content and made sure everybody knew about the content. So once you did that with that 18-year-old that is legal, you can't go from that to trying to give parental advice about her and her father and her. No. So if you want to be perceived a certain way, you have to move a certain way. That's it and that's all. And just because she is doing or was doing, that don't mean you help her do it or participate in it or... There's a way you need to be viewed as a human being. Now, it was all fun when you were promoting the content and this and that and that and this. See, it comes back to self-accountability. Even sometimes I have an issue with it. I have children. We all have problems with it. We're so sure that what we're doing is right for whatever reason, but sometimes everything we're doing might not be right. It might feel right at the time, and we'll fight everybody tooth and nail because we can't take the truth. The truth might not want to be what we want to hear at that specific time because our situation might be working for us. Let's just be honest. But by the grace and mercy allowed us to get out of that mess. That's right, Anna. I could be just like Quita right now. I never use my body, but I could still be outside. In my 30s, I could have still, you see what I'm saying? So I could have said, F them kids. I could have been homeless. You could have been homeless. You could have ninjas running in and out your life, doing you dirty. We could have every problem that everyone else has. Some of us just choose to say, hey, we don't want them issues. We're good. We don't want that in our life. Maybe that was good then, but it ain't good now. When you grow, you go through different seasons in your life. Just say a girl dating a man or a man dating a woman. I'm dropping gems. Not everybody has learned these things, and it's okay. So if you want, if you can walk away with something, if not, it don't matter to me. But what I'm looking for, let's say I'm 19 and I'm dating, okay? What I'm looking for at 19 is absolutely nothing. Let's be real. What I'm looking for at 21 Even though as great as I think it is in a man, is absolutely nothing. What I'm looking for at 30 kind of still ain't it. You see what I'm saying? What I'm looking for at 40 or 50 makes total sense. So you understand where I'm going with this, and I'm just using that as an example. And the same thing goes with life and life situations and life circumstances. And, there's no old homeless person nowhere that says, yes, this is where I wanted to be at 68 years old. I wanted to be homeless and use my money. Do you think that's what they're saying? They're not saying that. Do you think the person that's addicted to whatever says, hey, at 55, I've said F the kids and look how I'm living, and now I'm using my body for my addiction. Do you think that's what they said? Or the woman that's had all these children and can't find her husband is still out there, or maybe not even a bunch of children, just had a bunch of goofy boyfriends. It still allows these goofy boyfriends, or the man that's dating a woman because of appearance, but she's really nothing but problems. Do you think they said, yeah, this is what I planned for my life? No, they didn't. So sometimes we're so busy making excuses for why we're doing things, why it makes sense, whatever it is, instead of saying, hey, man, this kind of, this really ain't where I should be at. This really ain't what I should be doing. In the grand scheme of things, does it make sense? Is this how I want to be viewed? Is this how I want to be seen? Do I want the little chitter chatter about me in the background? How do I want to be viewed as a person? Let's start there. You ever notice Granny will have a line, and I might curse on it, and I'll erase it. It's not because I'm ashamed or whatever it is. I'm already a little rough, savage old granny. I don't need somebody coming on there and thinking, oh, this is just a gutter rat. Way more than that. But see, it perception. So it's about how you want people to perceive you. Now, if you watch me for a while and you're either going to get this or you're going to get that, but I'm still a certain type of person, it's perception. So it's what you're willing to let people perceive about you. That's what he chose. He created this. He's his own problem. And then you want to be an internet influencer? How does that work out? Keep playing both ends. Yes. So did you ever notice, first Granny was the bad person that was talking about him. But I've seen people, okay, I'm going to say this. Remind me about his 200K subs. So if I forget where I'm going with this. I've seen people with almost 1 million viewers bash Marcus. You've never bash. Granny would never. I try to talk around things or make a scene, a little funny. You never have heard him come on here and try to bash them back. Do you know why? Because their channels are too big. It's bad enough for everybody knows what he's doing. Or is forming these weird opinions because what he's showing. So if he goes against that big influencer, he knows they're going to come back. And it's going to be worse than what it was. So do you want a couple thousand people watching this, or do you want 600, 700, 900K people watching this? What do you want to watch this? You see what I'm saying? How many people do you really want to get involved? So here comes Troy, here comes other people, and some of us are willing to speak up on things we see. Now you got Brown Eye joining in. Now you got this. Just know I'm not the first person to speak on this, but I'm one of the first people you're going to hear that you have heard that, because I'm a smaller channel. Now, here's another thing. Marcus has, look how many viewers, look how many subscribers he has. I'm not in control of anybody. How do you think I found out about Marcus? Because other content creators were talking about his creep ways. I even shared one of the videos on the thing. It's somewhere on my community wall. I don't share them all, but I shared this one because I just wanted people to see. How do you think I got put onto him? Not by that person, but other people I watched. And I'm like, oh. Somebody texted me one day, and I'm sorry, somebody left a comment. They're like, oh my God, what do you think about Marcus of Atlanta Street interviews? I didn't know about Marcus of Atlanta Street interviews. He thinks the whole world knows about him. He's this godly entity, and he's the man, and a lot of people don't know about him. So I go over there and I'm like, and now mind you, I'm a wild one. I'm like, oh, this man is on the internet with this? Oh, I met him through, I didn't meet him. I seen him because someone else was spraying him for all the bad stuff he did. Mm-mm. Not bad. I take that back. Unagreeable. Things that some of us won't do. And I'm going to say this again, we're all imperfect people. And we've all done stupid stuff. I've done a bunch of stupid stuff. I've done stuff you wouldn't do. You've done stuff you wouldn't do. Vice versa. But he's made on social media. Hey, Trey. So now here's the thing. Pay attention. There's a way he was I'm trying to ruin Marcus's career. I'm glad he's eating. Listen, black woman, black man, I'm glad he's able to provide for his black. Black, white, pink, or purple, but black, yeah. Even though we're from different islands, different countries, different continents, even though I'm born here, but you see what I'm saying? Different bloodlines. You know, Marcus acts like he's a black American. You're an island guy. You're from the islands. But go on. You know, so, you know. Then he tries to pin blackness against blackness. He just tries to come to things in so many different directions. What was the one thing he said? Oh, grannies in the projects, in the hood, and the this and that. He just says, he just tries to belittle you in weird ways instead of just saying, hey, what is it I'm doing wrong? Why are these people, they're speaking on things that I've showed? How dare they form their own opinion, which is oftentimes the truth. But anyways, let's go back. So here's Marcus with all the subs, right or wrong. You got all these subs and you're only getting that amount of views on your video. You have ran your own people away. You have ran your own views away because a lot of people, once again, perceive you as like you have shown. So, sir, you are ruining yourself. So just as much as people are interested in like and whatever, a lot of people ain't going to be involved in weird stuff. We're just going to put it on the table. Thank you, Trey. So sometimes we forget stuff like that. We're so busy pointing the finger and blaming people. We're our own worst enemy. We've always been our own worst enemy. You can't blame the next person. Okay, I go out right now, I crash out. All right, well, whatever I do, and I do it in front of one or more people, they then have the right to go talk about it because I allowed myself to do that. Then if I go record it or bring it here and tell it, and you guys talk about it, I can't be mad because I volunteered the information. I'm the one that did the dumpster. So if I wanted to keep it so private, whatever, it would have been a little hush incognito thing. Oftentimes in the world, whatever you put out, you get it right back. He tries to deflect on others. Like what was his other thing? Her children are savages. My daughters were never. Your daughters are so imperfect just like everyone else. Everyone else is. And let me tell you this. I don't expect what my children to do for your children to do the same thing because my children have mental health. So they better not be. So not only have they been born from a savage woman, we're gonna have different qualities because of that. Now we have some of the children have mental health. So no, your children better not be doing none of the stuff my children do. Because yeah, that would truly be poor parenting on your part. You see what I'm saying? So don't act like I've never put children through college. Don't act like, because we cuss, we curse, we do this, we do that. What does that mean? That we don't care about people? We're not human beings? We haven't had hopes? We haven't had dreams? We haven't had desire? We better than someone. You're not. You're going to make bad decisions till this day, Mr. Island Man. I've been to, what was it, Harvard? Was it Harvard? Howard? He didn't even graduate. But look at the mistakes you continue to make as a grown man. So how dare you perceive as if you're anything as if? Just saying. So where the problem is, we convince ourselves that we're this great hype because sometimes we may not have experienced situations before. So we're like, oh yeah, I'm her, I'm him, I'm the best person. You're not. First of all, you're not because you're even thinking that. So let's not begin to break it down. And once again, we're all imperfect, all imperfected people. Every last one of us. The people that go to church, the pastors, the Pope, the president, the biggest scientists, your counselors, your teachers, your whoever. We are all imperfect people. What you think is he pulled up in a Benz beside you? He's better than you? He's not. It is what it is. Tell me what lie I told. So it's kind of like. So these are the things I've been preaching to Marcus, not as I'm better than you, not as, hey, bro, you ain't got to move like that. You actually have a good channel here. You ain't got to move like that. Your channel is a product. You made yourself part of the content when you talked and showed yourself and told too much. You have a whole good product and you ruined it. I didn't ruin it. You ruined it. Troy didn't ruin it. You ruined it. Brown Eye didn't ruin it. You ruined it. Sheena didn't ruin it. You ruined it. All the other content creators, they didn't ruin it. You ruined it. And you know why you ruined it? Because you're touching money you never touched before. For doing absolutely nothing but telling somebody else's story. It's effortless. It's effortless. And then you made it seem like it's something because they're willing to tell their story. Man, they tell their story all day long. You think you've cracked some secret code, you've achieved something. They're willing to talk to whoever's willing to listen. They're homeless. They have nothing. Out there in survival mode. They have nothing. Obviously, they don't have the team behind them or the this behind them or the that behind them. Because if that's the case, they wouldn't even have time to tell you their story. So, that's how that works. You might not want to hear that. You might not want that harsh reality. You might not want that truth, but that's that truth. So it ain't even about being a wolf in sheep's clothing. You got beside yourself. You think somebody's jealous of you because you're a YouTuber? You think somebody's jealous of you because you have more subscribers? You think, and I'll hear, and this I know there's people out there just as stupid as him. People say, oh, you're just jealous of Marcus. Oh, you're just jealous that his videos get views. First of all, I have a job. I've always had a job. And if I can, I try to find a couple different ways to bring in money. I am jealous of what? I've been there. I've did that. I've been her. And I've been her a whole lot longer than he's been him. Just because I'm not that person no more, not doing those things no more. I've been through all these trials. And that's why I say life is the same for all of us. We try to make it seem like it's something different and it's this and it's that. And, just like Marcus is ishing on people, I've ished on people. Just in different ways. Yo, you don't think I thought I was better than somebody? Been there and did that. Only difference is he's doing it in his 40s. I did it in 19. I was that ignorant at 17, 18, 19. So it's kind of like, what? I can't take you serious. Here's another thing. I don't hate Marcus. I don't dislike Marcus. But if we were in the same city, don't think I'm searching for a friend like Marcus. And that's okay. It doesn't make him a bad person. We are all imperfect. And once again, this isn't me defending. This is me being a fair woman. He might not do what I've ever done. And it's okay if I won't do whatever he's done. Fight me, you. Miss Anna might be like, whoa, I would have never done that. And the mom might be like, whoa, I've never done that. Lamont might not even have the story I have, but I guarantee there's things he's done that I would have never done. So you see what I'm saying? We fall short every single day. We fall short until we no longer breathe breaths. Let's be real. Miss Anna at 86 falls short at every single day. As perfect. Have you heard how I've talked about Miss Anna? Out of everybody on here right now, Miss Anna got the most sense, the most everything, the most teaching, the most knowledge. Miss Anna falls short at 86 years old every single day, no matter how right she is. So what makes you think that you're better or got more common sense or more anything? We get besides ourselves sometimes. Hey Cam, I love you, honey bun. You're just calling him out on his BS, as you should, baby. And that's just, like I say, there's times where I need people to check me. Just like when I'm frustrated at work, or the kids got me upset, or the children I mentor got me pissed off. And I'm all in my feelings. I'm all in my emotions. I might be cussing. I might curse. I might be using proper English and not doing any of those things. But I'm feeling the way I shouldn't feel, or I'm acting the way I shouldn't act. Don't be afraid to say, hey, Granny, stop. This is what a community is. Stop. Instead of me sitting here watching you crash out, what's wrong? Let me listen. You ain't got to act stupid like that. Shake that off. Shake it off. Even I have to be told, shake it off. If you knew what I was going through right now, if you knew how depressed depressed is an understatement, repulsed, sickened, I'm going through such an influx of emotions, like I haven't done enough, this, that, trash. It's how I feel. It's how I feel. But you would never know it. And why I feel all those things? Because I'm an imperfect person. And no, not everything has worked out true to form, or what I expected, or what should have, or whatever. But I'm not afraid to admit it. But where the true community comes in at, when you're like, it's okay. Stop. Stop. Sometimes we need to hear that. Stop. That ain't it. You're not moving right. Stop. And I'm not afraid to take that. And what's so crazy, I don't get a lot of that from you guys. Instead, you're like, let me see. Oh, yeah, let me see. Oh, now. The community quit existing many years ago. Hey, Thurman. It's like we're afraid to be imperfect, and we're afraid to hold each other accountable. We're afraid. Hold me accountable. Hold me accountable and make me understand what I'm doing wrong. Because I might perceive it as right, and chances are it's probably wrong. Make me be accountable. Make me be. There's times I think I'm doing everything right, and I'm doing 9 of the 10 things wrong. But because I perceive it to be right, it's wrong. Just because I perceive it, it's wrong. Thank you, Cam. And there's different levels of doing wrong. And there's I don't even want to say different levels. At the end of the day, it's just like a sin. Wrong is wrong. A sin is a sin. We're putting levels on it. Now, if you say a curse word or you unalive someone, there's definitely a difference. But wrong is wrong. Don't make it seem like what you did is better than the next person's wrong, because it ain't. You did something you wasn't supposed to do. That's what you did. Don't glamorize it. Don't make it seem better. Don't, stop. Yeah, this internet is way off. I hate it here. Yeah, sometimes we're just so caught up in selling ourselves BS dreams that we actually believe them. Because I'm telling you, at one point in life, you could not tell me I wasn't the best out there. You couldn't tell me that I didn't. Now, I'm not saying some of these things ain't true, but the best definitely ain't one of them. Maybe in the round when I was around, but You can't tell me that, I wasn't more worried about taking care of my children or my financial status, or you didn't tell me I didn't work harder. You couldn't tell me that I wasn't better then. And, the only thing that made me different was my mind worked in a different way. I wasn't better then. My mind just perceived things in a different way. I was never better then. I told myself I was better then. Okay, so here's a prime example. Granny chose the streets when she was younger, and Granny worked a job. Because my children didn't have snotty noses, because my children didn't have broken shoestrings, because my children had a whole house of furniture, because we had a car, because we had food, I was better. Because we had more expensive stuff, I was better. Some of those same children I'm talking about, some of their mothers didn't care. Some of their mothers prioritized themselves before their children. Some of their mothers just simply didn't have it because they were going to college or going to school and scraping to make ends meet. Well, in all actuality, those women right there that were putting themselves first and working on their goals for the future, they were the better women. Let's just keep it real. They were struggling at the present time, but they were the better women because they looked forward at many different aspects of life. So let's just call a thing a thing. I'm looking at the here and now. I'm looking at what I don't want my children doing here and now. I'm looking at the sacrifices I'm willing to make day by day for their day by day. I don't even care. You see what I'm saying? Oh, that's irrelevant. I'm right here, right now. So life, come on now. Sometimes we got to put our thinking caps on. It's bigger than what it is. We all get it. Like it starts with having an ego when we really shouldn't. Yes, we all get this ego when we're younger. I know what I'm doing. You can't tell me nothing. You're old. Oh, well, look at you. How can you tell me anything and look how you're living? And we get this ego. If it's because what we have, what we're doing, like I said, it all comes back to we make ourselves see better than. Like my son, I have to give him reality check all the time. All my children, I give him reality checks. But I got this one son, and I got to be brutally honest with him. Son, you're at the bottom of the barrel. In your mind, you think you're here. You think you're a big dog. But in the real world, you're at the bottom of the barrel. So we all think we got everything figured out. Marcus ain't no different than me, ain't no different than this person, ain't no different than Miss Anna, ain't no different than. We all thought we had everything figured out. And then we realized, when we're 40, we're like, boy, I sure was dumb at 20, boy. Then when we get 50, we're like, can't believe I did that in my 40s. Then when you get 60, you ain't even thinking about none of that stuff no more. Probably about your mid-50s, because you're like, what the was I even wasting my time on? All this stupid shit I did. Lamar, am I lying? Am I lying? Because in the grand scheme of things, it all meant nothing. We thought it meant something. And it might have meant something at the time, but in the grand scheme of things, what did it really mean? Absolutely nothing. It was just a season of our life. Thank you, Cam. Yeah, we gotta get from besides ourselves sometimes. I am guilty. As we all are guilty. We got to think. We got to do better. My thing is, if you learn these things at a young age, you'll move totally different. I guarantee it. This is what I try to tell the young people. I know you think what I'm saying is a crock of lies. Let me start with this quote. It's the same game, just different players. So if it comes to dating, being in the streets, going to school, whatever it is, whatever aspect in life, it has always been the same game. It's just different players. I can't say that enough. So we have to quit making it seem like we're the first to do something, the first to invent this, the first baddie, the first smart kid, the first, no, you're not the first of doing nothing. We have all missed that mark. We haven't figured out a thing. We must keep learning until Yes, until we get to heaven. You learn until you go to heaven, or you are incapable, incapacitated, or basically a vegetable. And still, even at that point, a lot of us have something on us that might even be working. So, so when I hear people sit there and talk, I'm just like, that's like any adult. When we hear our children talk or other children, you're just like, when they're growing up through age, yeah, we're sitting there listening. Okay, I'm going to give one of my sons as an example. He's so busy trying to tell me how life goes. I tune him out. I'm going to be honest. I tune him out after the first two words that comes out of his mouth. It's not that I'm not listening, but you know what? I'm not listening to your bunch of boo. I'm not. Because that's not the truth. That's not how it's going to happen. Nobody believes that but you and someone else your age, or somebody just as dumb as you in any age group. That's not reality. So I cannot indulge. I don't even want to talk about it. Ain't no use in trying to overtalk me. I'll just walk away. Because until you're willing to take self accountability and hear the truth. A lot of us don't like the truth. No, you're wrong. No, it ain't gonna happen. Oh, how many of us thought we were in Grove and have that big house and that brand new car? And yeah, okay. The face changed, the game remains the same. Period. True story. True story. How many young children till this day say, yeah, I'm going to grow up, I'm going to be 18, I'm going to go get this big house, I'm going to get this brand new car. We'll just start there. That's the first lie we tell to ourselves. The first man I meet or the first woman I meet, I'm going to love them forever. I'm going to be there with them forever. That's the picture society has painted for you. That's not really how it goes. At one point, maybe it leaned more towards that, but it was a different time. We had different values, different interests. It was just a different day. That's not this day, and that's not us. Let's just be real. That's why a lot of us, I will never compare as close as I am to being a good woman like Anna. I will never be that type of woman. Anna is 86 years young. I'm in my early 50s. Anna's had decades to figure out life. Anna was born in a different time, just like my parents. My parents were born in a different time. My grandparents were born in a different time. My grandchildren do things that I'm like, whoa, at that age, I would never. My children do things, whoa, at that age, I would never. Pay attention. I mean, the truth is out there. So why we try to make it something it ain't, is mind-boggling to me. We all try to convince ourselves. Every last one of us. Yeah, this is right. This is it. I'm on it. Yeah. In real life, we're so far from it. So until you're willing to admit those things, you will never have any growth. And even though you're admitting them, it doesn't mean that your perfection level has went on 10. You will remain a imperfect person and do dumb-ish to the day that you go to heaven. Even if it's in the car and somebody's going slow, you're like, boop, get out of my way. And just because you didn't say it out loud, you said it in your mind. Like, I don't think I should have to give a whole, but that's just one example. I shouldn't have to show, I'm willing to do it, but I shouldn't have to show how many different ways we could be imperfect. If we looked at somebody and said, oh, they look kind of dirty today. There's many different ways we can be imperfect, thinking we are perfect. I will listen and learn until the end. My mind has always wanted to receive truth. That's how I am. I'm an actual, factual person. So here I am. Let me tell you how imperfect I am. I'm a woman that has prided myself on things that meant absolutely nothing. Let me rephrase that. No, they meant something, but in the grand scheme of things, what did they really mean? I'm a woman that thought I was better. I'm a woman that has took the wrong path on purpose. I got a potty mouth. I've had children out of wedlock. Uh, you could be in wedlock and divorce and leave your man, or leave your man and separate. You've done dirty. Um, There's so many things that makes me imperfect. I haven't been the best mother. I haven't been the best human being. I haven't been. But I'm willing to admit it. And just because I admitted it's not turned me into this godly person. And I don't even want to say godly. This inhuman, perfect person. It hasn't. It just means that I've accepted to say, hey, I like everyone else. I'm just willing to share it. Remain, go ahead and rephrase your question. I was just giving examples, and examples can go all over the board. So when I give examples, a lot of times I'll include my own and I'll include other people's. Our truth is our truth. Our truth is our truth. So what I was basically saying, Remain, is yes, we are all imperfect people. Nobody has done things 100% right in life. Only we convince ourselves of that. No one's perfect, but Most High, we all fall short. Even the Most High has fell short. We're just saying. So to think you're a step above or better than or whatever, I think not. But part of growth is willing to admit how imperfect you are and try to work on it. And not everything we work on is always going to pan out. Not always, it just ain't. But when you don't try to work on it, or you can't even admit it, you're part of the problem. Hey, Cam, well, here's the biggest thing. We've always been our own worst enemies, and we refuse to admit it. We have always been our own worst enemies. Let's just keep it real. Yes, it's called taking self-accountability. Just as many things as you've done wrong in life, think about the things as many things as you've done right in life. And that's how I don't even need to know your true story. Cam, I don't need to know your true story. And I don't need to know your true story. Whoever's in here, I don't need to know their true story. The thing is, as many bad things, as many good things. You know, none of us were 100% right. That's just, come on now. Call that thing a thing. What do I think about Polo and Feisty? I think it's messy and all over the place. But they're at their life where, you got a young lady. We don't know if there's mental health involved. We don't know whatever. I'm going to start by saying this. When you're not with your children, there's a reason. If you haven't fought to get back with your children, there's a reason. She wouldn't be the first. She wouldn't be the last. There's women that do that. There's men that do that. Look how Polo's living. He ain't the first. He ain't the last. See, a lot of us, we convince ourselves, because we might not drink, or we might have a job, or we might do whatever. We might convince ourselves that we're better than. But you asked me this comment, and I'm not saying it in a bad way. When she talks, I notice she rambles. Well, no, because I'm see what it is, because I'm getting ready to prove a point to you. So let me shorten it, because I like to give examples to make it learnable. You're not catching the gems. See, you're worried about what I think about Polo and Feisty. I think they're imperfect people making mistakes. What do you think about Polo and Feisty? Do you think you're better than Polo and Feisty? You think you're better than Polo and Feisty. That's why you're asking that. Any better than Polo and Feisty. So you call it rambling, I call it giving gems and examples. You're not ready to pick up the gems or the example. What I share, that isn't for everyone. You obviously be over there on one of those other pages. This is the common sense grown woman I give the game who don't have it. Walk away with these gems. It can do something for you in life. I'm telling no lies. You're offended? This page ain't for you. Just saying. It isn't for you. You're not here. You're not here yet. You're not here. We're not even on the same level of conversation. Mentally, we're not in the same place. So yes, this page isn't for you. If you consider this rambling, it isn't for you. And it may be perceived as rambling because once again, life is so simple, we're trying to make it something it ain't. So the fact that I have to say the same thing kind of over and over and over and over, it's rambling to you because you're not ready for the truth. But it all comes down to life is pretty much the same for all of us. We just make it seem like our life is so different. Imagine that ramble. Blind to the truth is a sad thing. It's a very sad thing. Guess what? They're gonna figure it out as they keep living like we all did. I know. No, I was talking about Feisty rambles and doesn't make sense when she speaks. Well, Feisty might be rambling because it might be a substance in her system. She might have mental health. She could just be lonely and need somebody to listen. There's so many reasons to why somebody does something. And either you're going to listen or you ain't. You know, either you're going to pass judgment or you're going to be a clear, open ear. Just like Shatoria. She rambles because of mental health. But there's a lot of truth in what Shatoria says, but because of her mental health and her rambling, a lot of people won't even see some of the truths that she speaks. And that's fine. It doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't make you, you know, everybody's somewhere different. There's days where I can't listen to somebody going through that, and there's the days I'm the most understanding person. Once again, we're imperfect people. Yes, I apologize, Iman. I'm a grown woman. I ain't afraid to apologize. I ain't afraid to apologize about nothing. I'm rambling. Well, sometimes I do ramble. I do ramble. But I ramble truth and I ramble things I'm passionate. So you could have been talking about me. One thing about me is I'm very passionate about people crashing out. I don't like that. We don't have to do that. Sometimes it's just as easy as listening. I know you ain't going to listen, but it doesn't mean I'm not going to give you the tools you need if you choose to move different. You know what I'm saying? I can't speak for anybody else, what their goal is, what they do in life. That's my purpose. I'm not going to veer from it for anybody, and that's just what it is. Yeah, I love Shatoria. I like everyone. So that's why when people are like, you don't like Marcus or you don't like West Indies, you know, so when I do videos on Beyonce, do I hate her too? I don't dislike anybody. That's not even a true statement. It's never worth it to that extent. That's right. How can I, only time, listen. Only thing you can do to offend me is mess with me or my family. That's it. That's all I care about in life. In real life, the children I mentor, you know, Sunny, Anna, you know, Cam, you know, people that we've built a rapport and we help each other on good days, bad days, Lamont. You know, so if I'm not saying your name, Deborah, you know, I got people that's been rocking with me for a couple years. It's been there on my good days and bad days, and I've been there on their good days and bad days. We've showed each other compassion. We've showed each other understanding. Let me explain what the internet does. The internet has the opportunity to bring people together that necessarily would have never got together because we are judgmental people, or we live in different places, or a lot of you guys wouldn't deal with me, and I probably wouldn't deal with you guys outside of here if we met each other face to face. Let's be real. So the internet gives you the time to get to know somebody. It's up to you if you want to go back to their page and see what they got going on. You're like, oh, well, you know what? Maybe they're not that bad. Or, you know what? Oh my God, she cooks. I can learn how to cook. You ain't getting no cooking from me. But I'm just, once again, I'm giving examples. Sometimes we can find qualities in people and build friendships just off the qualities. Marcus promotes crashing out for views. That's right. And he does. And I promote the don't crash out aspect of it. You see, all of us content creators, we come at it at different angles. You see what I'm saying? Like Troy, he's pretty much what I'm on. He just says it in a different voice. Or says it as in more of an open statement. I'm just using him as an example so people can see the different. Sheena, we're all talking about the same thing. We're just coming at it from a different angle. Whoever talks about this going on, we're all talking about the same thing, and most of the time agreeing with the majority of things, just delivering it different. It takes all of us to tell a story. That's what makes this interesting. Back, sweetheart, and I'm so glad I got to meet you, and I'm glad I got to meet you guys. You never know where you're going to meet somebody. You never know what purpose they can serve in your life. Uh-oh. All right, hold on. Miss Anna says, dear, in the beautiful chat, I must get off because I need to lay down. Dear, I love you, and I love you most. Never apologize, never feel guilty, and you don't even have to type that. If you got to go, you just have to go, Anna. We respect that. We understand what's going on. So when you disappear, whatever it is, we know. We want you to be healthy, rested, safe, never feel like you owe us anything. You don't have to type into the chat. Girl, if you got to go, you got to go. All we care is that you come back. We don't care if you come back 2 days from now, a week from now. We just love to hear your updates. We love you. Get rested. Whatever you have going on, I hope you feel better or feel good to the best of your ability, and we'll see you later. Never apologize, never feel bad. Hey, boo. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, hon. I appreciate you. Thank you, Cammie. I love me some Miss Hannah. She's so freaking polite and so filled with insight. She can walk into a rant. She can walk into a truthful story. She can walk into a news article. She can walk into whatever, or a conversation, we'll say, and just fit in, and I don't want to say fit in because that's so totally the wrong word, but get in the room and just be there and just be a beautiful presence, and she can talk about anything and she doesn't pass judgment. I love that. Yes, Miss Anna, rest well. We are not going, honey. We will be here. Our enjoyment is when you come. These lives are strategically, I mean, for everyone else, but at this point, they're mainly devoted to Miss Anna. I'm not gonna lie. I go live for everyone, but Miss Anna is, you know what I'm saying. Miss Anna happens to be that girl right now, and I feel like she deserves her flowers. And I told her I was gonna ride this thing till the wheels fall off, and that's just what I'm doing. So it's not like I'm thinking about you guys any less or anything, but Miss Anna just deserves a little bit more from me right now. You know, just like when Cam had his time. And I would go live just to make sure Cam was okay. Or Miss Deborah, or whatever it is. You guys, I'll be back. Hold on.